Welcome to the Solemn Tones channel. Today we are doing a tone test slash guide for a free tone. Free amp sim, free tube screamer, free IR loader, free IRs. Everything is free. So in the description there will be some links to download all of this that I will be using in this video. You'd have a tube screamer, an amp sim, an IR loader, and a bunch of IRs, everything free, links in the description. So we've got the session right here, we've got our drum stem, our bass stem, we've got two MIDI guitars loaded up, so all the Odin Deluxe, if you're interested in that, link in the description as well. That however isn't free, I'm assuming you either own this or you have your own guitar recordings. Now keep in mind, the large majority of your guitar tone is actually in the DI. So if your DI sucks, this tone will suck. If your DI is great, it will probably be a pretty decent tone considering everything is free. So this is what it sounds like. This is a really decent tone considering how fucking cheap it is. The tone we have right here, first off we have the tube screamer, which is free from Ignite amps. Drive down, levels pretty much up. You could do something about tone as well, but this is a really basic tone. I actually got this little setting from Riffs and Chugs TV. Then we have Ignite Emissary, the amp, the head. By default this is on the clean channel, so you have to put it on the actual distorted channel. What I did is I added some high mids and some treble, because overall this is a pretty dark sounding amp if you don't. And then some presence. Really, by default the amp is pretty dark, and now it has some fizz because of all the high end I did. You can probably fix that with EQ, but this is a really quick tutorial. So those are the settings for the amp head that I went for. And then we have the IR loader. For that I used one on press 8. So that's a Catharsis IR. So if you click on this little folder right here and you go to the Catharsis IRs, which are also linked in the description, you just choose one on press 8. But there's many others you can try out and experiment with for yourself. I like this one in this case. You load them both up like this. I believe loading one is fine as well. Then the exact same tone on the other side. Now I also did some EQing and limiting. Normally I would use a better limiter than this one, but since this is a free tutorial I used the stock limiter. I just pushed it really hard because this mix overall has this very over compressed modern sound, and so I had to keep that in here as well. Normally if you're going for some more raw organic sound you shouldn't limit it to shit like I did. Then we have another EQ, high pass, low pass, and then two annoying frequencies I found. This will depend on your guitar DI and the amp sim you're using and the cap sim you're using. So 4.1k and 4.9k had some disgusting little things going on, so I scooped them with a very narrow Q. And then I also added some more high end here. The other channel EQ is just a very subtle reduction in the low mids because it had some really hollow sounds going on there, but it's as you can see it's like a 0.5 decibel change and then a 1.5 decibel change. Very subtle stuff. Finally, one more EQ. I could have done it in one EQ actually, but I notched out some 2.3 because that also had some weird sounds going on. So overall EQ wise I didn't do a lot because I tried to do as much as I could in the actual amp itself. Now you could spend a few more hours getting rid of the fizz as well and really tone shaping and a multi-band compressor and all that kind of stuff. You can go really crazy with guitar tones. If you just want something real quick you can just follow this, copy it if you want. Change it a little bit depending on what guitar you're using and you're good to go. If this was interesting to you, please subscribe to the Solemn Tones channel for more. If you're interested in programming your own guitars, you can always pick up the Odin Deluxe or the Odin for Contact if you like using Contact. Link for that will be in the description as well. Thank you. Ciao.